first reaction was, wow, it's finally here. It's taken too long, and I'm just glad that we've got an announcement of a deal.
We still don't have a lot of details about the agreement itself, but it looks like both sides have basically agreed for the United States to get better market access into India, including dropping non-tariff barriers, as President Trump put out, but also removing most of the tariffs that the United States has placed against India. So market access, certainly we know. What we don't know is what other things were included in there. There is also the agreement that India would buy $500 billion of American goods. But again, we don't know the makeup of that. We have some indication from the release and over what time frame. So just the barest of details, but certainly gave a shot in the arm of good news today.
I think it certainly can be. Certainly it will depend on how both governments approach this agreement. We have seen India move its energy purchases, for example, away from Iran a few years ago, and has greatly reduced its Russian purchases over this past several months. And I think that as new energy becomes available to India, I can see that it can diversify away from Russia if the case needs to be. Whether or not this is a sustainable agreement will really depend on the determination in both governments to really try to make this work. This is a phase one agreement. That means there's still a lot of hard work to be done to get to a point where you have a more comprehensive trade agreement, which is what was announced, for example, between the EU and India last week. And I think that the U.S.-India agreement is a step in the right direction. It's a very big and important step, but it is not yet the full FTA.
My first reaction was, wow, it's finally here. It's taken too long, and I'm just glad that we've got an announcement of a deal. Well, first of all, I think the two sides have been close for months. The trade negotiators on both sides have been working at this. It appeared last July that they were very close. Things went off the rails at that time. It was largely on the Russian oil purchases issue, but there were other problems as well. So it's been clear for some time that to get this across the finish line, it would require the two leaders to speak, and that's what happened this morning. So I think their perspectives match up well. They realized that they had the winds of momentum behind them, and it was time for the two of them to do their job and
Under the historic trade deal with the Prime Minister that is signed today and private sector agreements that were signed moments ago, we'll be increasing our commerce very, very much further. Japan's going to be investing $550 billion into the United States, and it's an amazing thing, and they're happy, and they're gonna love it. It's going to be really good. It's going to be great for everybody. But building up an allied industrial base, and one of the things that makes me so happy is they'll be taking some of our product. Japan has I don't think I'm saying anything that's very secret. They've been typically slightly closed as a country. It was not easy to come in, but they're taking some of our cars and a lot of our different thing, rice, which is actually a big deal because, as you know, they wouldn't do that. And they're taking corn, and they're taking the Ford 150 here, the big thing, some of our cars. So it's really a great thing. It's going to be great for them. It's going to be great for everybody.
Donald, thank you very much. This now implements on car tariffs and aerospace, our really important agreement. And so this is a very good day for both of our countries, a real sign of strength. So thank you again, Donald. A really important day for both of us.
Great people. This morning, I'm thrilled to announce that we've reached a breakthrough trade deal with the United Kingdom. It's a very special day because it's Victory Day, World War II, May 8th. It's incredible that that day is the same day that we signed a tremendous trade deal for both countries. With this deal, the UK joins the United States in affirming that reciprocity and fairness is an essential and vital principle of international trade. Between our two countries will soon be stronger than ever before.
So the starting point was an imbalance, a surplus on our side and a deficit on the US side. And we wanted to rebalance the trade relation. And we wanted to do it in a way that trade goes on between the two of us across the Atlantic, because the two biggest economies should have a good trade flow between us. And I think we hit exactly the point we wanted to find. Rebalance, but enable trade on both sides, which means good jobs on both sides of the Atlantic, means prosperity on both sides of the Atlantic, and that was important for us.
And again, the energy is a very important component because we have more energy than anybody else in that sense. And I think it was very wise that they buy a lot of energy, and it's great stuff, and it solves a lot of problems. So that was a great decision, I think.